Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. At Christina's place, Blaze searches for her phone and finally finds it. Blaze can't stay for breakfast as she needs to get to the deception office before her mom starts playing hardball with her contract again. At Aurora, Nana can't believe Drew didn't approve her budget for Paris Fashion Week, but he refuses to pay to send her entire staff. Alexis interrupts, looking for Nina, who she was told was here. Drew comments, "She's always in here." Alexis says she needs to speak to Nina, but Nina says she's busy and reminds Alexis that she's her boss. Alexis chimes, "Not anymore." Alexis says she quits. Nana points out that they have a contract. Alexis says they don't, as she never had one with Sean because they never needed one, and she didn't bother to tell Nina in case a situation like this came up. Alexis says she has her law license back, and Nina is glad as they won't have to argue anymore, saying arguing is what Alexis was born to do. Nina decides to go give Adrian the editor-in-chief job and departs. Drew tells Alexis that she should be proud of reframing The Invader into a true and respectable paper. He also thanks Alexis for cutting Nina down to size, saying it was the most fun he's had all week. Later, Jordan arrives. She just got back from some business in Washington and heard rumors he is running for Congress. Drew says he was going to make the announcement on July 4th, and he's just waiting on his name change to Quartermain to go through to print up some signs. Jordan asks if he plans to win. Drew does, so she supports him as his opponent. Chelsea Grimes shouldn't even be considered a candidate. She calls the woman a terror, power-obsessed, and a waste of a seat. She advises he needs to start campaigning now, signs or no signs. Nina interrupts again, saying she has a new budget for herself, 2 editors, and 2 photographers. She quickly apologizes when she sees Jordan and realizes Drew's clearly in a meeting. Jordan says she was just leaving and wishes Congressman Quartermain good luck. Once alone, Nina says, "Congressman Quartermain." Drew approves her new budget for Paris and says the Quartermain name will pull more weight in the upcoming race. Nina tells Drew she will go all in to get him elected, and the Invader will support him at the most opportune time. She knows what she's doing and even would offer to be his campaign manager. Drew asks, "Why would you help me?" Nina says they have been getting along well lately, and Willow adores him. Plus, she believes in him. She notes he's also a vastly better candidate than his opponent, and if he's to win, he'll need all the help he can get. At Deception, Maxie, Scott, and Lucy go over the next addendum to Blaze's contract. Maxie says most of the work will fall on Lois. Lucy hopes Lois doesn't screw it up. On cue, Lois arrives. Lois passes on the message that Brooklyn won't be joining them today. Lucy asks what is more important than her job. Lois says she has other issues she has to handle. Maxie asks how Lois' in-store appearances have been going. Lois beams that they've been going great, and a woman actually told her how proud she should be of Blaze, as she thought she was her mother. Natalia appears, not feeling the idea that Lois could be mistaken for her. Blaze arrives, and she too jokes how people also ask her if Lois is her mother given they are joint faces of deception. Lucy says they are both great faces for deception, and it was one of her better ideas to appoint them both. Maxie moans, because who knows where we'd be without Lucy and her ideas, and Scott concurs. Maxie says, fortunately, Lois is a good salesperson, and they are lucky to have her. Natalia interrupts, saying they are here to finalize her daughter's contract. They sit down, and Maxie says the new Crimson campaign with Blaze has worked out well, and both Blaze and Lois reach different audiences. Maxie is happy to approve the latest addendum, and Lucy calls this the 4th time they've had to please Blaze's mommy. Natalia won't apologize for looking out for her daughter, and Blaze says her mother has always had her best interests at heart. Scott hands Natalia the new version of the contract. She looks over it and says, "No, this is awful. This is not what we agreed to." At the Metro Court pool, Sunny brings Avery to swim. She runs to see Joss, and Sunny speaks to Gio about how things are at the Quartermains. Gio says it's working out great, and Joss and Trina are moving into an apartment on the grounds. Sunny then speaks to Joss and thanks her for looking after Gio. She says he's nice and asks what Sunny wants. Sunny would like her not to talk to Gio about him. Joss says she hasn't shared her opinions with Gio as she knows he adores him, and she won't. She regrets trying to open Christina's eyes to him, and she won't make the same mistake twice. If Gio discovers the truth about him, it will be because of something Sunny did. Trina stops by Ava's room in the Metro Court with proofs for the new gallery exhibit opening. Ava says they have to be redone as Harriet is very particular and won't like the borders. Trina asks if there is anything else she can do for her. Ava asks Trina if she can tell her everything Joss has confided in her about Sunny. Trina says she doesn't keep tabs on Sunny. Ava assumes she's had to have heard something she can use as Sunny is going to go for custody of Avery. She begs Trina to just listen to Joss and pass on anything she says about Sunny, as she can't let Sunny take her baby. Trina explains Joss never talks about Sunny. Trina says she actually avoids the subject and has never given her details about Sunny. Ava says if she thinks of anything to let her know, as any bit helps. Trina heads out, and Adrian arrives, hoping this visit is worth the hype Ava made it out to be. Ava asks what he knows about Natalia Ramirez. He only knows she's the mother of that pop star, Blaze. Ava calls her controlling, manipulative, and very politically incorrect. She asks if he got the audio file she sent him. Adrian got the file, but hadn't been able to listen to it. He plays it, and it's the recording of Natalia's disparaging remarks about Blaze, Christina, and gay people in general. Ava says he can use the audio as he sees fit, but leave her name out of it. Adrian notes that Blaze is the face of deception, which prides itself on being environmentally friendly and socially aware. He says this is going to the press immediately now that Alexis is out at the paper. Trina arrives at the pool and talks to Joss. She says she just left Ava's room, and Ava made her very uncomfortable because she thinks Sunny's going to go for full custody. Joss says she actually thinks Avery is better off with Sunny. Trina says Ava is dear to her, but lately she's acting like the Ava that Spencer talked about. Joss warns her that if they go to family court, it will be ugly. Gio next chats with Trina, who she shows the proofs for the gallery opening. Gio is surprised his name is on it, so he assumes Trina did that. She did, and he says he feels lucky to have met so many great people in town. Gio gets back to work. Ava turns up at the pool and sees Avery with Sunny. Joss asks Gio for help, and they head over to Sunny, Ava, and Avery. Joss says ice cream is being served downstairs, and Gio offers to take Avery for some. They head out with Ava's approval. Ava tells Sunny she was watching him and Avery from her hotel balcony, and Avery is becoming a strong swimmer. Sunny tells Ava he showed her the door as he doesn't want to see her face anywhere or ever. Ava says she simply saw him and Avery, and she came to say hello, and there is no harm in that. She also warns Sunny if he even thinks of taking her daughter from her, it will go worse for him than he can imagine. Sunny asks if that is a threat. Ava says it's a promise, and he forgets who she is and what she's capable of. She will do whatever she has to do to make sure Avery stays with her. Ava warns him his history with the law is worse than hers, and he can't afford the trouble she can make. Alexis shows up at Christina's and tells her about quitting the paper, and gloating to Nina how she never had a contract. Christina feels sorry for the paper as her mother was an asset to it. Alexis says now Nina has the gossip rag she's always wanted. Christina goes to get them some alcohol-free mimosas to celebrate. Alexis then sees the resumes on the table. Christina returns with the drinks and they toast. Alexis asks about the resumes, and Christina explains she's looking for someone to step up and run the center while she's on maternity leave. Christina says some of these people are far more qualified than her, but Alexis says she is the driving force behind that center. Christina can't believe the center is finally opening just as she has to take a leave of absence. Alexis asks her daughter what she isn't saying. Christina knows she'll be away from the center to give birth to a baby that was never meant to be hers. She is going on maternity leave, and she's just the surrogate, not the mother. Christina gets teary and says her hormones have her questioning whether this is her baby or Molly and TG's, and her body doesn't know the difference. Christina wonders what will happen to her when TG and Molly take the baby. Will the baby even know who she is? She can't stop thinking about what she is supposed to do. She thinks she's expected to just bounce back after 6 weeks and go to work like nothing happened. Alexis is also fighting back the tears and says nobody expects that from her. Christina cries as she gets closer to her due date that she realizes it's not hers, but TG and Molly's due date. Alexis says it is her due date. Christina admits she's spinning out and knows her mom warned her of this, and she doesn't want to disappoint her. Alexis hugs her and says she is so proud of her. Alexis tells her that she is doing a generous thing for her sister and TJ, and her center is another generous act, and she has a big heart. Christina says that's because she's been loved and accepted by her family. She thinks about Allison's relationship with her mother, and she's been able to do what she does because her parents have accepted her and let her be herself. Alexis says who she is fabulous. Back in the deception office, Maxie's phone begins pinging as Lucy and Scott ask Natalia what the problem is now. Natalie never agreed to video interviews. Scott and Lucy say it's the digital age, so this comes with the territory. As Maxie's phone keeps going off wildly, she explains it's because it's set to alert her when deception is in the news. Natalia gets annoyed by the pings, which Maxie says will likely calm down. They continue going over the contract as Maxie's phone continues to ping. Maxie goes to turn it off, but sees the article about Natalia and Blaze, which also names deception in the headline. Maxie blurts out, "Oh my God." She then looks straight at Natalie. On the next General Hospital, Blaze angrily says, "Tell us how you really feel." Maxie tells Natalia that she and Blaze need to get with the program or kick rocks. Ava tells someone over the phone they can't be seen coming to her door. Alexis tells Adrian to make the whole thing go away. Sunny tells someone there is a target on their back.